Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I'm going to tie-dye a dress using some wiffle balls. The dress that I'm going to use is one that I purchased at Old Navy, and it's a 100% cotton dress. But I went out on their website to get some more details to share with you, and I couldn't find the dress out there. They have one that's a very similar style. It has the same ties at the waist, but instead of being made with 100% cotton, it's made with a linen mixture. It's linen and polyester. They do have a whole bunch of other dresses though that are cotton that would dye up really nicely. Okay, so I'm going to use wiffle balls to ice dye this dress. So I've taken, it's a rack that I think you're supposed to put potatoes and stuff in your pantry. And I've turned it upside down inside of a pretty large container that I have. Then I'm going to spread out the wiffle balls on top of this rack. I do have the dress turned inside out, and I'm going to just kind of scrunch it around the wiffle balls. I want to make a tall, deep scrunch dress, and the wiffle balls are going to help keep some of those folds in place. As I'm scrunching the dress, I'm moving the wiffle balls around, trying to randomize them a little bit. I don't want them to be equally spaced or look too uniform. I'd like to apply the dye over the top of the ice. So I'm going to start by adding some ice on top of the dress. Then I've chosen to use two colors for this dress. I'm using brushed steel from Dharma and eggplant from Dharma. Both of those colors are colors that split really nicely. I'm just very lightly sprinkling the dye over the top of the ice. I don't want to use too much dye because I do want some of the original dress color to show, and I want to see the color splits really well. I added some ice to the top of the dress before I applied the dye, but I didn't put a whole lot. So I want to add some more ice over the top. I'm using a 20-pound bag of ice, and I'm going to end up using probably about 15 pounds of this ice on top of the dress. This rack is not holding the ice on top of the dress very well. Quite a bit of it is falling down below. Part of it is because the rack that I'm using has a slope to it, so the ice is kind of falling down in that area and getting trapped. I forgot to add an additional sprinkle of soda ash over the top of the dye, so I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to add a little bit of soda ash over the top of the ice. Then I'm going to put the container aside and allow the ice to melt. So here's a photo of the dress with all the ice piled on top. I know it looks like there's a whole lot of ice, but this is the side of the container where the rack curves down. So it's just all piling in this one area. It's not quite as much ice as it looks like. And then here's a couple of photos of what the dress looks like once the ice melted. To rinse the dress, I started rinsing in cold water to rinse out the soda ash. Then, because the dress isn't tied, after I rinsed in cold for a while, I just went ahead and warmed the water up to hot and continued rinsing to try to rinse out any of the excess dye that didn't bond with the fabric. When the water was almost clear, I put the dress along with some Dharma's textile detergent into my washing machine and washed it using a hot water cycle. And once the dress was washed and dried, this is what it looks like. Okay, so what do you guys think? So I really like the way this dress turned out. This is pretty much what I had envisioned. I wanted a dress that looked like tall, deep scrunches, and I wanted it to have a lot of color splits. The base color of this dress started out kind of a light ivory color. It's not a pure white color, and it's kind of a thinner dress. I mean, it is intended for summer, so it's not super thick. That's part of the reason why I wanted to use colors that were a little bit darker, so that would maybe kind of eliminate a little bit of the see-through quality of this dress. So the two colors that I mentioned are very good at giving good color splits, and you can definitely see some beautiful color splits in this dress. There's a hint of green, which is coming from the brushed steel. There's also a little bit of blue, some yellows. There are also various shades of kind of a purpley burgundy color, which are coming from the eggplant. I just think it looks very interesting. And I like the pattern that the wiffle balls give to the dress. The wiffle balls are great to help keep the shape of the tall, deep scrunches, even when I piled as much ice as I piled on top of this dress. When the dye moves too, it kind of almost gives like a floral effect on the dress. Very watercolory, very impressionistic. I don't know, the tall, deep scrunches are just a really cool effect on either shirts, dresses, whatever you put them on. And like I said, I think the wiffle balls are really good to help keep the shape of those tall, deep scrunches. So overall, I really like the dress. I think it'll be really cute for somebody to wear during the summer, throw on a cute pair of little sandals with it, or even a jean jacket over the top. If you guys have enjoyed this video, I sure would appreciate it if you would like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.